Okay, everybody, stand up and let's do an around the world here. So shift your body weight to 1 foot. And let's start by rolling out an ankle. Happy Monday, by the way. I hope your Monday is going well. Mine started fast. And so this is actually a really good opportunity to hit pause because I feel like I was just running around like a crazy person this morning. Step your feet together, bend your knees, bend your hips. Let's take some circles, mobilize your ankles. I've been doing 10 minutes of squatting every day, so 10 minutes holding the bottom of a squat, and it's actually really amazing what that has done for my ankle mobility. I didn't even realize that I needed ankle mobility, but working on my squat has improved my ankle mobility, and it's come up for me in my downward facing dog. It's come up for me in my comfort level with just squatting down and hanging out in a squat. So it's been kind of interesting. All right, step your feet together. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swing them behind you. Let's do 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Big hip circles. Swing your hips wide, press it forward. Nice, big hip circles, switch directions. If you find an area or a muscle or a portion of your joints that this just feels really great, go ahead and lean into it. All right. Arm swings. So, quick reminder for those of you who have forgotten, or if this is your first time throughout the month of May. So every Monday during the month of May, our noon bodyweight training is following a Tabata format. And so what that means is that we do a bunch of Tabata sets. Just keep doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna swing the arms overhead. So a Tabata is a 4-minute chunk of work where you do 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. The way I like to do Tabatas, traditionally you would just do one movement for the entire 4 minutes, but the way I like to do Tabatas, just to avoid burnout and to keep things interesting, is I like to do AB style. So we'll do one movement for 20 seconds, and then we rest and transition to do the next movement for 20 seconds. So I keep track of the time. I need to grab my watch. I will be right back. I'm back. Okay, so I keep track of the time, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest to transition, and move to the second movement. Let's continue with our warm-up. So we're standing. Let's go ahead and just start to mobilize our necks, right to left, right to left. Maybe you take some neck rolls. And if you haven't already, now is a great time to start implementing some nice deep breathing in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. And maybe tilt your chin forward and up like a little cat-cow stretch, but just for your neck. If you tuned in last week, we were out on my lawn and it was very sunshiny and I got a sunburn. But today it was raining, so welcome to springtime in Malibu. All right, so come on down, lay down on your mat. We're gonna do some scorpions. So lie down on your front side, have your arms out to the sides either way, and pick up 1 foot and cross it over. See if you can tap the floor around behind you. We're just mobilizing our hips, our low back, starting to cross the midline. And now come back to center, reach the fingers forward, point the toes back. Let's do some Supermans for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And while we're here on our front side, press your palms into the earth beneath your shoulders, curl the toes under, lift your thighs and your booty off the mat. And can you press right up to the top of a plank here? Takes a lot of strength to press up into a push-up, but I'm a big fan of building that kind of strength because it translates to many, many other movements. Believe it or not, we're not actually doing push-ups today, but we are doing a few movements that incorporate that sort of pressing strength and stability. And so even though you might not technically be doing a push-up today, you are building that capacity in your joints, your muscles. Okay, go ahead and lower all the way back down. Flip over onto your backside for some scorpions on your back. Tap, cross one foot over the left, left to right, right to left. Left to right, right to left. Nice deep breaths. And now come back to center, just being on your back. Reach the arms overhead, point the toes, and let's do a few long-legged sit-ups. Remember, you can swing your arms as you sit up. Reach for the toes, touch the ground overhead. Exhale, reach for the toes. Let's do 8 more, 7 more, 6 more, 5 more, 3 more, 2 more, and last one. Nice job. Stand up. Let's do some squats. So from a nice wide standing position, step your feet slightly wider than hip distance apart. Start with your heels down. And then what you're going to do first is you're going to initiate the movement back with the hips. So you're not going to start by bending the knees forward. Start by initiating the tailbone back. You'll see it from the side. You start with the tailbone back, and that initiates a more stable squat. Go ahead and get 6, 5, 4, 3, keep the heels down, 2, last one, hang out in the bottom of the squat. And maybe rock your body weight right to left, right to left. Like I was saying, I'm hanging out in this position for 10 minutes a day. And so it really is amazing. Everyone is different. And so those of you who are hanging out in the bottom of the squat, if you don't feel this in your ankles, that just may mean that you naturally have some pretty flexible ankles, and that's awesome. You might feel this more in your low back, or you might feel it more in your hips, you might feel it more in your knees. There's lots of joints incorporated with a squat, which is why it's a healthy thing to do on a regular basis. Okay, go ahead and stand up. Step to the top of your mat. Let's do some reverse lunges. From the top, step one foot back, tap the back knee, and switch. Right, left, right, left. Squeeze your glutes as you stand. Particularly focus on that front leg, that front standing leg that you're standing up nice and strong on. You're isolating your glutes to stand, building some strength, building some stability. Let's do 2 more each side. 1 more each side. That's great. Okay, so let's talk about the movements of just the first Tabata. So the nice thing about a Tabata style workout that we're doing today is that you get to only focus on 2 movements. And I keep track of the time. And you focus on the 20 seconds of work that you have in front of you. So it's a great way to just switch your brain off and not think too much about planning and how long can I do this, and do I need to game it for this, and do I need to conserve energy or strength? No, just do the 20 seconds of work that's in front of you. And then when I call time, you can transition and you can just do the small bit of work that's in front of you coming up next. Okay, so the movements of the first Tabata are bicycle crunches, lateral hops. So bicycle crunches, lateral hops. Let's talk about what each of those are. Bicycle crunches you've probably done. So you're going to lie down on your back. and we're crossing the midline here. So we're gonna interlace the hands behind the head, and we're going elbow to opposite knee, right, left, elbow to opposite knee. If you can tap the elbow to knee, that's fine. If you can't tap the elbow to knee, just do what you can. Try to get that distance. We're working in that direction, but like I said, it doesn't have to make contact, all right? So that's for 20 seconds. The next movement is a lateral hop. And so you can do this a couple different ways. I'm going to use the edge of my mat as kind of a little target for myself. But pick something that's on the floor that you can hop over, because what I'm going to encourage you to do is to leave the floor and land with both feet, all right? And so I'm just using the line of the mat. I'm hopping all the way on and all the way off. You might use a book that you set down on the ground. You might set your cell phone down. You might get particularly zesty and set down a bag or a box, or maybe you hop over your ottoman in your living room. Find something that you can use as a visual cue to hop over and back, and do try to leave the ground and land with both feet together. Looking at it from the side, it looks like this. All right? I don't want you to be doing this, right? Because we can start to get really lazy. Okay. I hope you don't have any questions about those two movements. So the first movement is bicycle crunches. Second movement is the lateral hops. And we're starting in 10 seconds with bicycle crunches. So go ahead and get there. Take a deep breath. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Right, left, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds to transition for 4 minutes. Right, left. Maintain that core tension. Already 10 seconds through. You're doing great. 2, 1, and rest and transition. So for the next 10 seconds, you can be standing up. You can shake your arms out. You can get ready. 2, 1, lateral hops right here. Right, left. Real bouncy with the feet. But do look where your feet are going. I don't want you to trip. 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds to transition. So you're back down to the first movement. That's 1 minute down, 3 minutes to go. That's Tabata. 2, 1, bicycle crunches. And rest, transition, and breathe. That's how that feels. Quick bursts of movement. 2, 1, right here. 20 seconds. Little hops. Three, 2, 1, and 10 seconds to transition. You are halfway through this Tabata. That's 2 minutes down, 2 minutes to go. 3, 2, 1, 20 seconds of bicycle crunches. Keep it up. Right, left, you've got this. Doing great. Right, left for 3, 2, 1. Transition. Go ahead and stand up for the next 10 seconds. You can take a couple deep belly breaths and prepare for these lateral hops. And go. Right, left. Soft bend in the knees, soft bend in the hips. Your joints can act as shock absorbers. 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds to transition into the last minute of effort. Last minute. 3, 2, 1. Bicycle crunches. Right, left. And rest. Stand up. Take a deep breath. 3, 2, 1. Last 20 seconds of work. And then we move on to another Tabata. It goes fast. So now that you know what these first 4 minutes feel like, think about how you can make yourself proud for the rest of the day. 2, 1, and time. All right, so that's what the first Tabata feels like. 4 minutes, pretty fast, quick transitions. The key with Tabata is that you are ready to go. When I say 3, 2, 1, you start moving, all right? Because 20 seconds, as you know, doesn't last long. I mean, my gosh, you can hold your breath for 20 seconds. So make sure you are ready to go when I say go. All right, Tabata number 2. The movements are squats and a hollow hold. Okay, so just a quick chat. I organized most of these movements to be a lot of up-down transitioning from the ground up to standing, back down to the ground, back up to standing, because, I mean, my gosh, you have 10 seconds to transition, you might as well do something fun. So the squat is another of the standing, and then back down to the mat. So this is what it's gonna look like. We already talked about squats. These are just basic run-of-the-mill squats. You do not have to jump. You do not have to do anything fancy. You just have to move, hit the top of the squat, the bottom of the squat for 20 seconds, continuous movement. If you wanna make these super speedy squats, be my guest. See just how fast you can stand up and then hit the bottom of the squat again. All right, and then the second movement is the hollow hold. So we did this last week, and I felt so great afterwards that I wanted to do it again. So the hollow hold, just to recap or teach those of you who aren't familiar with it, go ahead and everybody just lie down on your mat and let's start this together. So start by hugging the knees to the chest. The key with the hollow hold is to always maintain abdominal flexion, all right? And one way of doing that is by pressing the low back into the earth. You want to shorten the distance from the lower ribs to the hip points, all right? If you sacrifice that, then you can probably still do something that looks like a hold, but you're not getting the benefit in the core, the abdominal muscles. So start by picking the shoulders, the head off the earth and reach the fingers in the direction the tailbone is pointing. All right, so this might be level 1 of the hollow hold. If you feel your abdominal muscles activating and gripping and even shaking to keep you in that hollow hold, you're doing it right. Okay, if this is really easy for you, you might try straightening your knees any amount. Keep the low back pressed into the earth. If this is really easy for you, this is not easy for me. If this is really easy for you, you might bring the arms overhead. Whew. That's a full expression of the hollow hold. Arms overhead, pointing the toes forward, and you're making a scooping banana shape with your whole body. It's a gymnastics movement because gymnasts have to have super strong cores in order to do all these flips and dips and muscle ups that they have to do. They have to have amazing core tension. So that's one of the things we're building with a hollow hold. Squats, hollow holds. Those are your 2 movements of the second Tabata. We're gonna get started in 15 seconds. Go ahead and stand up. Should be nice and warm by now. 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds of squats. Maybe you do a few to get a feel for it, and then maybe you pick up the pace. Can you find a little rhythm? Three, 2, 1. 10 seconds to transition. Have a seat on your mat. Move into your hollow hold setup. 3, 2, 1, go. 20 seconds. Check in with yourself. Your shoulders and head are off the earth. Your low back is on the earth. Can you introduce even a millimeter more challenge for 3, 2, 1. Nice, stand up. Okay, that's what that minute feels like. Right into the squats in 2, 1, right here. Stay with it. Keep the body weight in the heels as you stand. 2, 1, and have a seat. All right. 2, 1, right here, hollow hold. Hollow hold is one of those things where if somebody walked by you on the sidewalk, they might not think you were working very hard because this shape doesn't look that challenging until you get in it. You realize it's actually quite challenging. 3, 2, 1, stand up. That's 20, or that's halfway through. That's halfway through. 3, 2, 1, squats. 3, 2, 1, have a seat. Third time, approaching the hollow hold. Take a deep breath. 3, 2, 1, right here, 20 seconds. Explore how you can still breathe, even though you're maintaining that core tension. How can you take little sips of air while still holding your abdominal muscles tight, pressing the low back into the earth? 2, 1, and stand up. Oh. Ooh, 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds of squats. This is your last set of squats right here. They move fast. That's the idea. 3, 2, 1, have a seat. Last little hold here. Last hollow hold in 3, 2, 1, 20 seconds. If you've got your legs bent like me, maybe try straightening the legs ever so slightly while still keeping the low back pressed down. You'll feel that sweet spot. You'll feel that point where it's just almost too far. Oh, okay, release. Nice. Okay, take a couple deep breaths. Okay. I accidentally copied the same movement twice. I'm trying to remember what it was. Well, I can tell you one thing, it's not going to be push-ups. Okay, so the first movement, I've got it. First movement is going to be burpee jump backs, okay? Not a complete burpee. This is what a burpee jump back looks like. A jump, hands on the ground, hop it back to plank, hop it forward, back into the air. What I have removed is the portion where you have to lower all the way to the mat. That should make this a little bit faster for you, a little bit more cardio related, not so much shoulder and strength related. So one more time, a burpee jump back. Really bouncy and quick with the feet. From the burpee jump backs, back down on the ground for flutter kicks. Have your hands beneath your hips, legs are straight. Just like the hollow hold, have the head and shoulders off the mat. You should feel that core tension, but because your arms are on the ground, pinned down by your glutes, and your legs are straight and you're fluttering, it's not quite so much core tension, and it's more about the hip flexors. So shouldn't be quite so challenging as the hollow hold, but you might feel those muscles working over time now. Okay, So just to recap, burpee jump backs is movement 1, flutter kicks is movement 2. Starting in 3, 2, 1, right here, burpee jump backs, 20 seconds, quick with the feet, jumping into the air. And rest. Okay, 10 seconds to transition. Flutter kicks in 3, 2, 1, right here. Press the low back into the earth. Look straight down the midline of the body. Right, left, just like you're swimming in a very uncomfortable swimming pool. Legs are straight. Keep going, 2, 1, 10 seconds of rest. Stand up. Burpee jump backs in 3, 2, 1, go. Stay with it. 2, 1, and transition, 10 seconds. Have a seat on your mat. Flutter kicks in 3, 2, 1, 20 seconds of work. Little bursts of work, little bursts of rest. Nicely suited for putting out maximal effort. 3, 2, 1, stand up. You're halfway through. 2 rounds down, 2 to go. 3, 2, 1. Burpee jump backs. Stay with it. Oh, and rest. Nice. 10 seconds of rest. Flutter kicks. In 3, 2, 1. Three, 2, 1. Stand up. This is the start of your fourth and final round. 3, 2, 1. Right here. Two, 1. Have a seat for your last set of flutter kicks. 3, 2, 1. Head and shoulders off the mat. Activate the core. Look straight down the midline of the body. Make these last few so good. Right, left, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Okay, that's the end of Tabata 3. You have 3 more to go. So you're halfway through. Okay, the movement of Tabata number 4. Oh, I like these. We've got a little squat to lunge and a long-legged sit-up. Okay, so the squat to lunge is like this. Start at the top of your mat. Have your feet hip distance apart. Don't hit a fold-up squat. Hit a quarter squat. And then I never want you to stand back up from that quarter squat. You're keeping the hips bent, the knees bent, and you're stepping back, you're stepping forward, right, left, stepping back to kind of a crescent lunge. But the key is I want you to keep your hips and your knees down, okay? So you're not standing, right? You're feeling that burn in your quads as you hold that static quarter squat. And then the second movement is a long-legged sit-up. So you'll lie down on the mat. We did these in the warm-up. Touch the ground overhead. Use the arms to swing. Reach for the toes. We've done long-legged sit-ups a lot, so those should be pretty familiar. If you detest long-legged sit-ups, it's totally fine with me if you do butterfly sit-ups, okay? The butterfly sit-ups, the feet are toward one another, the knees are bent, and the benefits of a butterfly sit-up are that it relies a little bit less on hamstring mobility. So if you're curious about the differences between butterfly sit-up and long-legged sit-up, then maybe you try one set in one type of sit-up and then another set in the other. Lots of options here. The only thing I care about is that you keep moving. All right. Well, we've got 28 seconds until the top of the minute, so we're going to hang out and talk until then. All right, so the squat to lunge and the long-legged sit-up. Squat to lunge is first. In 15 seconds. Take a couple deep breaths. Remember, your exhale is your exhaust system. Little quarter squat in 3, 2, 1. Right, left, right, left. Stabilize on the feet. If you want to have the arms forward as a little stabilization, that's awesome too. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Have a seat. Long-legged sit-ups are next, or any kind of sit-up. In 3, 2, 1, right here. 20 seconds of work. Three, 2, 1, stand up. That's what 1 minute of that combo feels like. So commit now. Take it 100% and go. I'm just swinging my arms because it gives me a little extra balance and a little extra cardio movement. You might give it a try if this looks like fun. 3, 2, and 1. 10 seconds to transition and to breathe. Long-legged sit-ups. 2, 1. Three, 2, 1. Stand up. That's halfway through. Halfway to go. 3, 2, 1. Right here. Stay low. 2, 1. Have a seat. Long-legged sit-ups. 3, 2, 1. Three, 2, 1. Stand up. Last time. I think this is our last one. 3, 2, 1. All the way to the end. 2, 1. Have a seat. 3, 2, 1. Right here. 20 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Nice job. Whew. 4 Tabatas down. 2 more to go. Tabata number 5 has up-down planks. So the way this goes, basically it's a high plank to a low plank. Start with a high plank, lower down to your forearms. Press back up to the high plank, lower back down to your forearms. Press back up to the high plank. Okay, so some modifications in here. Some of you might have wrist mobility challenges. Some of you might have shoulder mobility challenges, because I know going from the high plank to a low plank, it introduces just like some moving bracing on the shoulders, which is fine for healthy shoulders, but we don't all have healthy shoulders. So you have the option to hold a high plank for 20 seconds, hold a low plank for 20 seconds, hold a side plank for 20 seconds. You get the idea. I really only care that you maintain that core tension in the plank position and select a shoulder orientation that works for you today, all right? That's 20 seconds of work. The second movement is back burpees. Okay, so I didn't put any burpees in today's workout, but I put 2 weird variation burpees here. So the back burpee is, this is a throwback to, I think, like the first week of the summer when we were working out together in my garage. And the back burpee has all the same destinations and checkpoints as a regular burpee, only it's upside down. And so what you'll be doing is you'll be lying down on your back, and then any way that's comfortable for you. You can do it with an arm swing into a squat if you've got that deep squat flexibility, which is another reason you should be squatting every day. Or if that deep squat isn't there for you, roll over to one side. Come on up out of it with a lunge. So any way you get from the back to standing, and then add a little hop, and then back down to the ground, and then back into the air into a little hop. It's a burpee, but on your back. Those are the 2 movements: up, down planks, back burpees. We're going to start at the top of the minute. That's 30 seconds. So those of you who maybe, if there's a modification, so much core today. Yes, Shara, so much core. I love it. A modification for the back burpee. So if you make it more of a, you could make it more of a side roll. Yeah, I like that too. You could do that. All right, back burpees or up down planks in 3, 2, 1, right here, up down planks. You got this. 20 seconds. Remember, you can hold plank. Remember, you can hold a high plank, a low plank, a side plank. And transition. 10 seconds. I'm just going to stay on the ground because I know the back burpee goes down here. 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds of back burpees. They don't have to look pretty, but as long as you keep moving, you're doing it right. 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds to transition. Back down to up, down planks. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Back burpees. Back burpees. 3, 2, 1. Three, 2, 1. 10 seconds of rest. And transition to the high plank. 3, 2, 1. High to low. This is our third time doing planks, which means this is the start of our third round, which means you're over halfway through. Stay with it. 3, 2, 1. Stand up or just transition to back burpees. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Transition. Top of the 4th minute, top of the last round in your second to last Tabata. Go. I'm just holding a low plank. I can't take it anymore. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. Last little bit, last little burst of 100% effort. 3, 2, 1. Right here. 2, 1. Time. Okay. I did a bad thing. Last week I told you I would make the last Tabata relaxing and like kind of just like a cool down Tabata. I forgot to do that this week. So the movements are skaters and strict mountain climbers. Not too terrible, just not easy and relaxing. So skaters, pretty familiar to you. If I were you, I would do this on my mat, using my mat laterally as a measure, but I've got a wall to my left, and I also kind of, want to make sure you see what a skater looks like. So we're hopping right to left, right to left. You can make this as hard or as challenging as you want it to be. You don't have to hop. You can instead do this nice extension, or you can do the hop. You can tap the foot behind the other foot. You can get your arms into it. You can make it as robust and exciting as you want to. And then the last movement is a strict mountain climber. Okay, so a strict mountain climber is not our quick mountain climbers. We're not running in place. I want you to step a foot forward. Try to get your foot all the way up to your hand. I know how warm you are now because I know that you've been doing squats. I know that you've been doing little lunge squats. I know that you've been doing bicycle crunches. If there was ever a moment where you could get your hip up to your hand, this is that moment. So I want you to try for 20 seconds, right, left, right, left. These are strict, these are not fast, okay? So this is kind of a mobility movement, to be honest. Should actually feel really nice to do that at the end. Cool, so skaters and strict mountain climbers. Starting in 13 seconds. Okay. Take a deep breath. Let it go. 3, 2, skaters, here we go. Right, left, 20 seconds of work. Give it everything you got. Arms and legs into it. 3, 2, and 1. 10 seconds to transition to the ground. For those strict mountain climbers. 3, 2, 1. Maintain core tension as you step your foot forward. Yes, you do have to maintain that rigidity in your abdominals. I'm looking at you, Zara. 2, 1. All right, stand up. So that's what 1 minute feels like in that sequence of movements. Let's do 3 more. 2, 1, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Strict mountain climbers. Remember, this is the last Tabata right here. Go. Two, 1, and rest. Stand up. Halfway through. 2 rounds down, 2 to go. Go. Quick with the feet. Can you dial this in even more? The finish light is in sight. 3, 2, and 1. To the mat. 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds of work. Get it done. Two, 1. Stand up. Last minute. You're going to leave it all here. This is your last burst. Skaters, then strict mountain climbers. 2, 1. Here we go. 2, 1. Have a seat. For mountain climbers. That's not a seat. 3, 2, 1. Right here. 2, 1. Relax. Wow. Nice job. Really, really nice work. I'm always amazed by how much I can sweat and how gassed I can get after those. What are you saying in the chat? Woo, yeah, Zara. Erin, has anyone ever actually climbed a mountain like that? No, I'm sure not. I'm sure not. So good. All right. So while we're just hanging out, go ahead and here, let's do some stretching while we're sitting. Here we go. All right, bring the soles of your feet together. Little butterfly here. Oh my goodness. Pay particular attention to the exhales as you are down regulating here. The longer, the slower you can make your exhales, the more you can create space for your next inhale. Penelope doesn't like the flutter kicks after the hollow holds. And yet you killed it. You did great. You know, if I'm being honest, that flutter kick wasn't audible. I accidentally put crossbody like the butterfly sit-ups or the bicycle crunches twice, and I don't remember what the other movement was. So I just made that up. That was evil. I'm curious how everybody's doing with things reopening, because, you know, Penelope, you're in another part of the country. So are restaurants open? I'm really curious. What's everyone allowed to do so that I can live vicariously through you all? Only takeout, really. Okay. All right, go ahead and switch to a hamstring stretch while we're hanging out here. Have your right leg straight, left is bent. Inhale, arms overhead. Square the shoulders over that right leg, and exhale, fold forward and down. Nice. But Northern Michigan will open up soon. You know, we have family, my in-laws are in Indiana, and Dusty was talking with them the other day, and they were like, oh, we went out to dinner for our anniversary. And we're like, in a restaurant, like, and you sat down and you ordered things. It was amazing. It was like hearing about life in another country. But I get it. I mean, there's urban areas, and then there's more rural suburban areas, and, you know, the population density is different. So, okay, go ahead and switch sides. Left leg straight, right leg is bent. Inhale, square the shoulders over the leg, and exhale. I really am curious, though, if cases increase in those states that have relaxed their mandates, or if they won't increase, and that means that we can all relax a little bit. We'll see. Oh, okay, I've got another little stretch that I saw Dusty do last night, and it looked so comfortable, so I'm going to share it with you. All right, so what you want to do is you want to come into a squat. You want to come into a squat. This is another reason to practice your squats every day. So hit the bottom of the squat, and it's okay if you want to widen that squat a lot. For me anyway, if I'm going to hang out in a squat for a long time, if I widen my feet, it makes it a little bit more comfortable. It's not as structurally sound of a squat, but I'm not introducing weight to it, and so it's not a big deal. Okay, so what you're going to do once you're hunkered down in this squat is just use your hands and walk your hands around on the carpet into a little bit of a twisting squat. Should feel really nice for your upper back. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. The idea is really just you're exploring what range of motion in your upper back looks like while you're hanging out in this squat. And if any of you want to do 10 minutes of squatting with me, I encourage you to maybe give this a try every day for the next week. And those of you who try your 10 minutes of squatting, you'll have to let me know next Monday if you did it and if it increases your flexibility at all. I know it certainly has for me. Oh, let's take a Shavasana. I'm a big fan of those, even at the end of these sweaty workouts. So go ahead and get yourself nice and comfortable on your mat. Lie down, find a resting pose, close your eyes. Shavasana. And slowly begin to reawaken the body. Wiggle the fingers, the toes, roll out the wrists, the ankles. Reach the arms overhead toward the back. Point the toes toward the front. Take a deep breath and a full body stretch from fingers to toes. And on the exhale, roll over to one side. And then make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Whatever that looks like for you. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a moment to pause, to observe, to experience a moment of gratitude for the fact that you have joints and muscles that you can move, that carry you. You have lungs that function. These are all things to be grateful for. On the next inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, pull that breath to heart center. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your workout. Have a beautiful day. Namaste, everyone.